Well, next on the marketplace, let's talk tech. I'm joined on Zoom by Henry Kobler, who is lead for Eyes of Africa, a tech pundit here on the marketplace. We want to begin with this story that has caught our attention. The Ghana Revenue Authority beginning the first phase of the E-VAT implementation at the end of this month. Tell us a bit more, Henry, about what you know about this and how significant this is.
Thank you very much, Daryl. So this is very significant. I mean, if you're looking at our tax regime, tax has been one of the most talked about in terms of our nation's development. And so how we basically being able to get our taxes and then being able to declare taxes is very important. Over the time, we've seen how GRA basically has been looking into different areas in terms of making sure that we're able to have some level of tax generations. And so I think that basically there's a technology that's being introduced to make sure that businesses are able to rather use those tech to be pushing up what you call it cost to client, and also be able to get some level of revenue from their sales and services that they're providing to client. So it's generally having the technology surface in this time around so that we sort of move away a bit from the regular manual processes where businesses have to now go through their own process of declaring how much they've actually made in terms of business and their proceeds, and then also go ahead to declare their taxes and then also pay their taxes. I think that this comes in the point where you actually getting to have the collection of these taxes on an instant front, and also making sure that the manual process is also sort of done with, and also getting to have some level of forecast and analytics coming in terms of the businesses and what they are providing, their services they are providing, and also the taxes that they are going to generate for the government.
Yeah, because my concern really is what can be done to ensure that this technology is efficient, because there have been so many instances we try to introduce something using technology, and then in the middle of the way we are not able to get a hold of it, and then it becomes a fiasco.
I think that what could be done generally, I think that there should be some level of consensus. I'm sure generally basically would have done a lot of work in understanding the businesses that are out there. Businesses tend to be very volatile now in terms of the operations and how they get handled. So generally, I'm thinking that GRA basically would have done a lot of research into how to have this deployed into a lot of the businesses. Like there are quite a number of new businesses that are coming in. There are quite a number of people that are starting businesses, sole proprietor businesses that have not been able to pay taxes whatsoever. I can give you an example. There are people that are now Twitter influencers, social media influencers, and they are making tons of money, yet there's no taxes from the withholding taxes. Nobody really even cares about it, because I mean, at the end of the day, if they are getting withholding taxed and they are getting their certificate, they don't even sort of declare it for them to also have some level of due diligence and balancing from the other side of business. So I think that it's more of understanding the businesses that are out there and being able to integrate this technology into what they already do. There are quite a number of systems that are already out there deployed for most businesses. How is this going to be integrated? A number of times I've seen GRA staff in the malls and in bigger supermarkets, only just checking receipts and putting some diligence. I mean, sometimes I just laugh at that whole process, but I think that they sort of have some level of intelligence to it. But I just don't see how you're going to have almost about 500 customers walk past you and you're writing the amount of their receipts on a paper and going to do manual calculations. I don't think that it basically works out better. And so I think that the integration, or how this system is sort of going to sync and speak to a lot of the deployed systems already used by companies and businesses and even individuals, is going to be a key point in having the achievement of this platform work and be able to achieve what they exactly set out to do.
Yeah, integration, very important there. Well, since artificial intelligence is what everybody seems to talk about in the tech world these days, I think we should do something around that. And so Google has announced new AI features in Gmail Docs and other apps. What's that?
So I think we spoke about last week the AI wars that are out there. Interestingly enough, AI seemed to be the talked about most used tech recently. I have tried and tested ChatGPT quite in extensive points, and I think that is actually looking very dangerous in terms of some of the jobs that are out there and how they they're going to be in the future. And so in the tech world, you would see that Google is also making a lot of headways in how it's going to maximize AI in most of its products that are out there. Now, Google basically has a lot of product which is actually in use. And so it's not just deploying some level of application just once in a while, but they're also looking at how they're going to integrate AI or have AI effectively being used in most of these applications. And so they've sort of launched AI within some of the tools that they've already deployed. So if you're going to write a mail, you're going to have an AI help you craft your mail in a very intelligent way, so it looks more professional to the receiver of your mail. I mean, some of those things are the things that it's doing. It's looking at how chat systems, which is the Google Meet chat system, basically incorporates AI to relatively give a very good feeling in terms of when you're having meetings, taking note of these meetings, being able to have your notes after you've done a meeting. And so you don't necessarily have to be picking up notes when you're writing meetings. And so some of the things that are being incorporated into their main applications, which is out there, is what they are taking advantage of now. Whilst you would realize that their competitors are also now trying to build their AIs into their applications. If you're looking at Microsoft, I mean, Microsoft does not have a lot of products out there. And so Microsoft definitely is now putting in AI, which is the chat GPT point, into its Bing browsers and all of that. So it's just a competition that's coming out there, and it's just a use of AI in most sensitive applications. It can be dangerous in one part where you're having an AI read most of your mails, your personal stuff, but it also comes a long way to help people that are going to be able to use them.
Henry, we've got to go. It's time. Thank you so much. This AI thing sounds so cool.